Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about refinancing your current home loan and why or why not you should do that. So the first thing I ask is, how long have you been with your current lender? Now in some cases I see it's 5-10 years, sometimes even more, because we're really loyal Australians. I think if you've been with your lender for a minimum 2 years, it's probably time to get it checked, especially in the current lending conditions that we've experienced in the last year or so. So the first thing I would say, or the positives around getting a home loan refinance would be, can I get a better rate? And most people are looking for the rates out there, but it's not the only thing to take into account. So the first thing is we need to ensure that we're going to get a better rate than we're currently getting with our lender at the moment. The second part of it is our servicing going to be stronger? And what I mean by that is, when we're going to invest, there'll be banks out there that might lend you $500,000. There might be banks out there that only lend you $400,000, right? So which one would we go to if we're wanting to go and invest our money, right? So that might be a reason for actually refinancing your loan that you've currently got. The third part of it is making sure that you've got the right finance structure for some flexibility that's in your control. Again, what I mean by that is, if you're wanting to sell a property or release equity, there are some lenders out there that will do that a lot more smoother than other lenders that just purely focus on home owner-occupier type loans. Does that make sense? So they're the three big ones for me. So you've got to have the flexibility, you've got to have the servicing strength to be able to increase your assets with investing, and you need to look at the rates. So what are the negatives associated with that? Well, the first one that comes to mind is paperwork, right? The short term, how much paperwork do I need to fill out? How many pages do I need to sign and initial and get JPs involved, etc. So that's the biggest obstacle, right? It's a short term pain, but it's for the long term gain. The second negative is, some banks will put in a honeymoon rate, so it might be 3.5% for the first 6 months, right? Which is fantastic. However, post that 6-month period, we might be jumping up to 3.94%, right? So the honeymoon rate is only going to last for a certain period, and then you may revert back to what you're already paying with the previous lender. The third one is, if you put in an application and you decide, no, I don't want to go with that lender, you risk having a credit hit on your credit rating, right? Which is going to be a negative when the next bank comes to look at you. So just make sure that if you are going to put in an application, that you're absolutely putting it in and going with that lender 100% and not risking a credit hit on your file. Does that make sense? So in summary, a sophisticated mortgage broker will look over that and attack this task with vigor. They love this sort of stuff. They do it on a daily basis, making sure you're getting the best outcome for you. The first thing they need to know is what's your long-term goal, what's your outcome for your property portfolio or just your home ownership, right? If you're looking at selling in the next 6 months, there's no need to go down a refinance path. It's just too clunky, right? So they need to know your goals and your outcomes in the next 5 to 10 years and beyond, and then they can go to town and do their work. Guys, hope you found that informative. Talk soon.